You know what, nigga? I can leave too. Zach, what the hell you doing?
I'm real. You real. Zatima's real.
All right, folks. So I put up something on Twitter that I knew was going to be controversial. Hell, I even said unpopular opinion. Zach shouldn't propose now. These two still have a lot of things to work on. Fatima should need Zach to pull out a ring to squash any of her doubts about his level of commitment to her. Hasn't he done enough already? The whole Deja and Ian thing, not to mention the outside forces of their respective friend groups not making things easier. It feels like to me, Zach kind of did this out of the blue. Now, you could argue some people are like, well, Jeremy and Sistas, Fatima and Zach have, Fatima said, I ain't moving in until you put a ring on this finger. Or we ain't even talking about kids until, I see a ring on this finger, that kind of thing. So it could be that Zach bought this ring some time ago. I will buy that. I will say that, yeah. Especially after he got that money, I wouldn't be surprised if Zach, no pun intended, had this in his back pocket when he felt the moment was right. But in my personal opinion, based on episodes 7 and 8, this did not seem like the right time. Part of me feels like Zach did this to ensure Fatima wouldn't walk away. Because at this point, he was doing what he could to make sure she didn't move out and that she wouldn't be so afraid of his honesty that she would run because she fears that he's not committed to her. And in another video, I talked about the whole Ian showing up at the table. I get what was going on there, but I do not like that at all. I feel like that just was a way to ruin the moment. It really did not do good. I mean, it really didn't help the flow of the scene. If anything, it threw it off. Like in the Ian video and in my episode review, his presence would have made sense if Zach was thinking like Nathan, yeah, I just came up, I got successful, I got money, a house and everything. Maybe I should explore what's out there instead of tying it down so quickly by, letting you move in and whatnot. And then Ian showing up like the ex of Christmas past tells Zach, look, listen to a dying man's, words here. Don't mess up the way I did. Don't be afraid to commit. Lock it down while you still can so you don't be like me. And then he walks off. But we don't see that. Fatima texts him because he lives, on an upper floor of the same building as the restaurant. He comes down, says his piece, and then Zach tells him to bounce. Like I said, that scene would have made sense in context of, oh, yeah, Zach is, not certain of what to do, but the ex tells him, hey, you should lock it down while you can. But that wasn't the case. It seems like Zach, when he called Fatima during her lunch break, as he was, getting ready to leave the gym, after, boxing with the boys, he said, look, I made a decision I want to talk to you about. He already knew he was going to propose. I mean, hell, even when Deja was outside pretty much trying to get him to come over to her apartment to fix the leaky sink, he's like, nope. He was focused on his goal, which was to propose. It felt like everything surrounding that moment ruined the moment. Just my opinion. Then when you listen to the conversation, Fatima, she just constantly felt like Zach was going to run. Zach wasn't going to be there. He was going to not commit because of the friends, And the thing was, like Zach said, look, could you please stop, Fatima? Look, every time I'm trying to be honest with you, you just in your mind assume the worst. I tell you what my boys were saying, and you assume I was thinking, yeah, the same thing. I shouldn't tie down. Oh yeah, if that's how you feel, maybe you should pull out right now. No, Fatima let the man talk, which sucks because if you look at their beautiful moment in the parking lot where they first met in this week's Sistas episode, and you compare it to this scene from the Zatima episode when he gets down on one knee, I know DeVal, different universes and all this stuff, different continuities, but at the moment in the parking lot, that felt like a get down on one knee moment. This moment in the restaurant, it felt forced. I know Zatima, diehard Zatima fans, Jeremy, we don't give a shit. We want to see these two together. We want him to get down on one knee. But to me, I think that the proposal doesn't feel genuine. I know that's messed up because when the trailer dropped for this show back in August, August 26th, just a couple of days before my 31st birthday, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Look, I know these two are going to have their ups and downs, but this proposal is probably going to be towards the end of the season after they've, maybe sorted more things out about their relationship. But it just seems like this is a plea to show Fatima, hey, I'm here for you. Stay with me. That's just my opinion, because based on how episodes 7 and 8 played out, the build up to the proposal, it doesn't feel earned. I hate to say that. This is the moment Zach and Fatima fans have wanted since season 2 of Sistas back in 2020, right? 2020 or early 2021, depending on how season 2 was split from the mid-season to the finale. I don't know. But basically, it's been a year and some change or whatever. But this doesn't feel like the right moment. I hate to say it. I do. That doesn't mean I don't love the show. Zatima is easily top tier for me. I don't know if I would say it's better than the first couple seasons of the Haves and the Have-Nots. I need to wait until next week's episodes before I make a decision. But I don't feel like we got to this moment in the right way. It's like, baby, look. I know I came home with glitter on my pants, and that same dancer's moving next door. I know a stripper from my past that I messed around with the VIP room is claiming I'm the father of the kid. And we still don't know the results of that DNA test yet. Matter of fact, did you give the DNA samples to the people at your job yet? Okay, you haven't done that yet? Oh, okay, we'll get to that. I know that you met up with your ex behind my back. Matter of fact, you texted him because you were doubting me. And he just sat here with us for a little while until I told him to get the fuck out of here. I know your best friend tried to make a pass at me. I know your other best friend is iffy if she does like me or not. But you know what, Fatima? I don't want you to go. So I want to show you I'm committed by pulling out this ring. Which, again, it feels like this is I feel like Zach pulling... Guys, for real, please don't hate me. I'm giving my honest opinion here. I just don't think this was the right moment. I don't. I think that Zach, ironically, Fatima's wearing a red dress, which she looks amazing in, by the way. I think Zach saw a huge fire, which was the events of last night leading into today. And he broke open the glass. It was like in case of emergency, break glass. He, took the little hammer, busted the glass to get the fire extinguisher out, which in this case was the ring. And he pulled it out to put out the flames of Fatima's uncertainty in order to show he's committed to her. But my biggest issue is this. Putting a ring on her finger does not mean all of your problems are going to go away. It seems that Zach did this to show Fatima he's committed to her and no one else. And I swear I'm not going to recite the theme song because I've already done that enough times and people like, look, man, love ain't perfect. Yes, they are still working. They ain't got to be what they say on social media. See, I'm changing up the lyrics here, but it's worth it. But the problem is these two need to do premarital counseling. These two, most importantly, need to work on their communication. And it's not even just their communication that needs work. It's the way they respond to things. Like, Fatima, don't automatically run away from Zach because you're suspicious of something that you don't even know all the details to. Zach, you're mad at Fatima because she withheld information. And just like what I said about Fatima, you don't know all the information yet. So don't resort to your old ways, partying hard, getting drunk, and possibly hooking up with some girl. You need to work on all of that before you propose. I mean, look, as soon as the ex-Ian came downstairs, I would have been like, bump this. And yeah, it looked like Zach was about to leave. He got up, put his blazer back on and whatnot, and Fatima was just talking trash. And then she got up, and then he got on one knee, and then that shut her up. Sorry, this doesn't do it for me. Look, maybe In the next episode, the opening scene, we know Zach is like, look, I'm real. You're real. Zatima's real. And then, you know, they kiss and whatnot, but the build-up just won't it. I'm sorry. I'm telling my truth. All right? This is Jeremy's truth. I don't think Zach should have proposed. I don't think they're ready. What does it matter? They're fictional. Damn it, they're popular. They got a spinoff because we the fans care. And because I care, I'm telling the truth. Zach and Fatima should not get engaged yet. And yes, people are like, Jeremy, just because they're engaged doesn't mean they have to get married next season. 1,000% agree. But I don't think they're at this step yet. I think they got a lot of work in. At the very least, for one, wait till Heather's DNA test results come back. Let's find out if you're already a baby daddy. Number 2, let's figure out the whole neighbor next door. Because keep in mind, Fatima hasn't told Zach about Margaret inviting her over to Ian's for dinner with her. Not to mention, on top of that, Zach, even though he didn't do anything, Deja just flat out said, look, I'm a cool bitch. If me and you mess around, I ain't telling your girl. And this is the chick that lives next door. They ain't ready to be engaged, dang it. Damn. All right, so like I said, let me know your thoughts. I know this is an unpopular opinion. I really want to get some feedback, but I think Zach, I'm not saying Zach doesn't love Fatima. I'm not saying Zach wouldn't eventually propose, but it just seemed to me this was a Fatima, let me show you I'm ready to commit. But the circumstances surrounding the proposal and why he did it, I don't feel were justifiable enough. If Zach hasn't proven by now he's committed to you, Fatima, what else does he have to do? You know, I feel like even though he's going to propose now, you're still going to doubt him in some way, shape, or form. And at that point, what, is he going to pull a Gary and have a surprise wedding out of nowhere? Like, you know what, Zach, I'm tired of your shit. And then they just walk around the corner of the house and they're in the backyard. And, you know, friends and family are in the back because of the wedding. I don't know. So there we go. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And I'll talk to you soon.